You too, huh? Take care of yourself, buddy. Come on.
I've got some new items in stock. Come take a look. Welcome. I've got something new for you. A well-tuned weapon can make up for a lack of skill, friend. Crossing your T's, dotting your I's, that's the way to be. Thank you. A deal well struck. Thank you. Well done, stranger. Anything else I can help you with? If you want a fighting chance out there, you best tune up your kicks.
AKA the best gut doctor in the city. And according to her, what happened to her mom is not uncommon. Dr. Sam served as the director of the very prestigious Mount Sinai Excellent Facility Center several years in the city. He was also among the very first doctors to investigate the link between the microbiome and successfully, and was one of the very few who specialized in solving constipation for good. She said that if you're overweight, even if you're pooping every day, you could have up to 20 pounds of stuck poop blind swollen.
Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. Stock looking up while you can. Wise choice. Still a comeback anytime.
Just reported a very brief presentation explaining exactly how this 7-second morning ritual will give you a safe, comfortable, and beyond satisfying poop every single morning from now. If you're feeling backed up, bloated, and constipated, tap the button below this video to see Dr. Sam's 7-second poop trick now. You'll be moving things along again in no time, clearing stuff, and you can feel
Church.
better for the rest of the
I
day.
made it.
Tap the button below this video to see Dr. Sam's 7-second morning ritual now.
Damn it. Condor 1 to Roost. The church is sealed up.
And maybe Eagle?
Negative. Nothing yet. But they sure do have this place locked up tight.
I see. I can think of one reason they'd want to do so.
Oh, she's here. That's for sure. I'll find a way in. Condor 1 out.
Signed into law by Donald Trump. There is this one big question that still lingers that's going to determine whether or not Pam Bondi actually releases all of the files as she's supposed to do in just a few weeks from now. I think we're roughly 25, 26 days from now. And that is this idea of being able to lean on the ongoing prosecution against Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan Chase, and any other Democrats who might have been involved with Jeffrey Epstein that might preclude Pam Bondi from releasing all of the files, because then, of course, she can just lean on this idea that we can't release everything because there's this ongoing
Blake.
prosecution. So,
Let's
to
hope for
what
no more
extent
surprises.
can she lean on this excuse to prevent the full release of the files?
Yeah, so look, I am fully expecting that the Department of Justice will play game. And I do not believe that when we hit the magic 30-day window, all of a sudden all the Epstein files will be turned over. I don't believe that. I have never believed that the Department of Justice is going to act in good faith. The Department of Justice mostly doesn't act in good faith, so why would they start here? And after all, Donald Trump controls the Department of Justice, and Pam Bondi does whatever he wants. So if Donald Trump says that the statute doesn't say anything, the blank piece of paper, Pam Bondi will say, what why don't you hand out a bunch of blank pieces of paper and say this is the statute, right? So you just have to expect that they're going to expect. They're going to lie. They're not going to. But you're exactly right that there is a lot of concern in Washington, D.C., where I am, that they are going to lean on this one particular provision that essentially says they don't have to release any file that would jeopardize a federal investigation on that prosecution, provided that withholding is narrowly tailored. And look, here's the thing. If they are in fact investigating the police, as you mentioned, monitoring evidence, or I know how anything had any inappropriate contact or connection with Jeffrey Epstein. But if in fact there is an investigation ongoing with the president, Hoffman, banks, that is whatever. In fact, that is ongoing. What the statute says is that the withholding needs to be narrowly tailored, which means that, the Department of Justice would release the files related to Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, and work. But none of that would prevent them from releasing that. Right? Unless the Department of Justice is there is no basis for this.
That would be an interesting play, because I think Pam Bondi is and judicious that she's actually opening up the investigation of the therefore, the investigation, which soon will happen sometime around January.
Yeah, look, I think that there are a thousand reasons. First of all, I can't imagine Pam Bondi is going to say that she is criminally convicted of Jeffrey Epstein. So let's start with that. Number two, the president has, you know, some types of immunity that he claims are broader than they probably are. And though I don't believe that heavy. And so, you know, again, it would be a weird thing for him to be like, ooh, I'm now in a criminal investigation, it's a little investigation. It causes them a lot of messaging problem, legal problem. And finally, I think it was challenged in the court, like that would just disappear. And, you know, I think a judge would not construe the statute to mean that. And it's important to note that the people who are pushing for a narrow law, who are serious about getting their hands on the Epstein file, include not just them,
Keep coming.
We've had this support from Republicans. It was passed by unanimous consent in the Senate. And so, once that dam breaks, it's very hard for the Senate Republicans to now all come forward and say, see, I've always been in favor of the Epstein file, to say, oops, it actually, this bill that I just told you I voted for didn't mean anything. Right. And that's before you've got people like Congressman Tom Massie, who's a Republican, who clearly doesn't give a shit whether Donald Trump, you know, is happy with him or not.
Yeah. I'm going to throw a clip of Pam Bondi up here on the screen when she was asked specifically about this idea of leaning on the ongoing investigation's excuse as a way to not release all the files.
The new investigation by the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney prevents the department from releasing all of the evidence.
So we have released over 33,000 Epstein documents to the Hill, and we'll continue to follow the law and to have maximum transparency. Also, we will always encourage all victims to come forward.
So that was Pam Bondi saying that she is going to follow the law and, of course, is going to offer up maximum transparency. In what way are those important steps they're going to in what way she still adhere to those words while also suppressing the files that might end up I guess any more than she meant it when she said that the Epstein files were on her desk and ready to be released.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We have to stop assuming that the other side is actually has any ounce of shame. Like, is it all concerned about being consistent? Or is all, you know, and all attention to the words that Congress passed? They have shown contempt about congressional enactments on things much less important to Donald Trump than this. And, you know, so they are going to play games. They're not going to release the files. They may just say that they don't think that the statute allows for it, or they may just say that Donald Trump is the chief executive of the government, and he has instructed the Department of Justice to take more than 30 days. I mean, remember, Brian, there was reporting going back now, maybe in July or August, that the FBI was like working 24 hours a day in shift. All of these records redacted Donald Trump's name or image or whatever from the files. Like they're not going to unredact those files.
Yeah. I should also note, for folks who are watching right now, Mark, you've been doing excellent coverage of this whole scandal on Democracy Docket, which is the news outlet you founded to focus on everything voting elections. For those who are looking to support fearless independent journalism, the best kind of independent journalism, I'm going to put a link to Democracy Docket right here on the screen and also in the post description of this video. If you are not yet signed up, please do yourself a favor and sign up. Mark, is there a way that in the event Pam Bondi and Donald Trump decide not to release these files, even though the law then is that they would, where do we go from there? I mean, at what point do you send somebody in to retrieve the files from the DOJ? Like, what do we do if physically Pam Bondi and Donald Trump just won't release the files despite the fact that it is law?
Yeah, so, look, I think that we could see litigation to try to enforce the statute. That's one option. The second is
Got some new
certainly
wares,
confidence
stranger.
in the
You're
doing
in for a
so should be
treat.
in violation of federal law, and certainly the president doesn't care what federal law is. But you know, there are line prosecutors, there are FBI agents, there are U.S. attorneys offices.
Welcome.
These offices.
I've
And
got something
they have
new for you, mate.
a legal obligation, and you know, and we'll see how many of them are going to be willing to, you know, put themselves in harm's way by willfully violating
Come
federal
back
law.
anytime.
And one of the reasons why I think we have seen more documents come out than people have expected we would ever see, right? We saw the sketch that Donald Trump made, and that surprised people. We then saw the 23,000 emails, I think it was, come out. That, I think, really surprised people. And what happens is, in something like this, it's
Take
like
a look.
each one of
Something's
these
bound
steps
to catch your eye.
begets another, right? Each one of them creates momentum for some other stakeholder. I think the emails, as I understand it, came from the estate of Jeffrey Epstein. And so